0, 1. Let's get started.
Esta noche nos acompaña Mario Superstar Salazar.
What's going on, man?
What's
Dang,
up, brother? What's
gracias,
up?
man? Thank you for having me aquí. The Segovia Barbershop, man, and this awesome makeshift studio. It's very professionally made, man, or
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, thank
everything.
you.
Y luego con hasta producer in the.
Todo el pedo, no,
Hasta tenemos producer en los
sí,
headsets.
es el vato, ¿cómo se llama el que está ahí con Joe Rogan? El que le está diciendo ahí bien como
Sí.
que lo está corrigiendo. Él es lo mismo para mí, él también.
Yeah.
Es el que me dice, no, por ahí no, carnal, vete por acá.
Pero acá me tienes aislado.
Sí, pues tú, carnal, que te encierras. Mario, ¿qué onda, carnal? Muchas gracias por darte la vuelta,
Sí,
carnal.
gracias, brother. Thank you for having me, bro. Last time I saw you, bro, I was I had a lot more hair.
¿Qué pasó?
Me lo hicieron chop off ahí en una lucha libre event.
No, hombre.
How they call it, me hice rudo.
Okay.
De repente I started cursing out the crowd. Porque me invitaron de guest ring announcer.
Órale.
And the lady that I was working with was doing such a good job que pues ni me necesitaban ahí. They just had me there por show. And then they had me handing out plaques to all these legends, all these lucha libre legends, and I finally snapped on one of my friends.
Órale.
That was in a tag team match con el Psycho Clown del AAA.
Oh, ok,
y
la AAA.
el hijo de Rey Mysterio.
Órale.
And pues he was, I'm a comedy legend. This town sucks. I'm not here to hand out plaques. Y quién sabe qué.
La madre.
Y me comenzaron a atacar y
Pero se
saqué
hizo-
unas scissors y que they just slapped the scissors out of my hand and they got me down and started chopping away at my beautiful locks, bro. Pero no, I'm not Samson, bro. Se me quedó el power.
Es lo que te iba a decir,
Se me
carnal.
quedó el power.
Yeah, you still got it. O sea, no.
It's funny, bro. Let me take off my sets real quick. I just cut my hair, bro, pero I still look like I'm going through transition, bro.
Oye, yo pensaba que habías perdido un máscara contra cabellera, carnal.
Sí,
Yeah, that's
bro.
what I thought, carnal. When I saw your
No, it was
your
just
video.
an unprovoked attack. I'm suing everybody. New tradition, lucha libre. I'm coming for you, like you came for my hair.
A huevo. Trucha.
Yo pensé que eras de los rudos.
Sí, soy rudo, bro. Kayfabe is alive.
A la madre. No, está bien, carnal. ¿Eres fanático del wrestling? ¿Sí te
Sí,
gusta
bro.
ese jale?
Yeah, I've been a long life wrestling fan, and I sometimes model my comedy like wrestling, like just saying outlandish stuff. And, yeah, man.
Sí te guachao que you get real physical sometimes.
Oh, sí, man.
Not with the crowd, but you move around the stage.
Oh, see, I'm a big physical comedian, bro. I sometimes consider it my cardio when I'm up there. No, you see my watch when I wear my Apple Watch on stage, está fumando, like it's smoking, bro. Está como el hobby que dijo
Cálmate, bro.
que el blood pressure was 120 over a million. Y, no, it's a lot of sodium, bro.
Estaba bueno el perico, qué chinga.
Estaba bien cagado, güey. ¿Cuál sodium?
Chinga. No, me carnal, pues there's a lot I want to talk about, man.
Absolutely, bro.
Yo me considero un fanático de la comedia en general, man. All the legends, man. Richard Pryor.
Paul Rodriguez.
Paul
Big
Rodriguez,
shout out,
carnal.
man. He's doing his farewell tour, and he just has a new movie out. The guy's absolutely awesome to work with.
Yeah. You've worked with a lot of these people, man?
I've worked with some big legends, bro.
Órale.
And I was just doing, fíjate, some of my biggest comedian influences or comedy idols, none of them are Latino, bro. And because I was in a radio interview para un show que tenía allá en Santa Paula, California, which is right outside LA. And I was in the Mambo in the Morning radio show. It's a very popular morning show allá. Y me preguntó, hey, what are your favorite Latino comics? Y desde chiquillo, I've had that machismo pride, Latino pride, when I would see George Lopez and Fluffy. And I'm funnier than that dude, bro. No trae nada para mí. Let me start my comedy journey. Me lo voy a chingar. Ya he tenido pique con George Lopez, bro, for a while. Yeah, man.
Oye, pero ese vato como que últimamente la chingo de raza le trae coraje a ese
Ahorita
güey, ¿no?
sí, yeah, man. Sí, first his political views are he says one thing and then he doesn't follow through. and
Oye, carnal, ¿qué tan cierto es ese jale que decían? I've heard of en varios podcasts que ha dicho Raza que el güey, he had like a rule where he could only be the main Latino comedian.
Oh yeah. See, he was he never really gave a Latino to open up for him because it's mostly que he was lazy, bro, and the fact that he just relied on old Mexican tropes, the same, making fun of the raza and stuff like that, bro. I mean, I talk a lot about my family and I say a lot of Spanglish in my set, but it's not the usual. It's not the usual stuff that George Lopez talks about, that the unoriginal, Latino chancla humor, what do they call it? I'm myself. I'm myself. I do a lot of Spanglish in my set.
Puro pocho, ¿no?
Sí, pocho de América.
Pues que estamos en el Valle, carnal. El 956.
El Valle, and like my manager is like, he's a black dude and he's just like. He's so amused and intrigued, like the way I talk, the carnal, y cuando he sends me a new gig, chingón carnal. He's just like, I love that chingón for now stuff. And
un shout out para él. ¿Cómo se llama, carnal?
Sí, Eric Young, man.
Eric Young, un saludito.
Saludos, bro, yeah. And what were we talking about?
Ya se nos fue la pinche huila. No, pero, o sea, pues, George Lopez, ¿cómo hacía esa onda de...
Oh, sí, the keeping, comics down. A lot of times, he's unfortunately now, he's just collecting a paycheck when he died. And he's made it porque the gigs, people posted online, bro, that, he just got, somebody was telling him, I love you, una tía bien peda ahí, I love you, George. And he's like, if you do that one more time, I'm stopping the show. And she goes, I love you. And he just takes off, güey, todo panoche.
Oye, bien pinche actual roles de madre, ¿no?
Yeah, bro. And just like not just going through the motions as a comedian, bro. And the whole thing, he doesn't like Latinos opening up for him. Like, it's because he has a lot of the same Mexican tropes that he still uses to this day, Yeah, I mean, chingos de comedians get a raza that open up for me or why I love when somebody's a good comic that goes before me because he leaves that stage hot.
No va a querer venir al podcast George López, güey.
Sí, ¿verdad? Nos va a mandar a la...
Ahí les mando el nombre de Felipe Esparza or Gabriel Iglesias.
Huevo,
son camaradas, bro.
Comedians, there's a lot of good Latino comedians out there. That I'm a big fan. Felipe Esparza, ese vato, he was here recently, ¿no? Aquí en el Valle.
I think he's coming.
Or he's coming.
He's coming in March.
Órale.
Sí, but he was, I think he comes down quite a bit, man. He likes this market, bro. They love him down here.
Sí.
Raza del bajo, homie.
Sí,
he tried a Spanish comedy special.
Yeah.
That was the shit. Not shit in a good way. It was hablaba más pocho que yo. Like that California Spanish, bro. It's kind of I was like, man, hombre, bro, just why some of these comics are so afraid to do the Spanglish in their set, bro? Like, and I get it, bro. I was just in Virginia, and some of the I had to either not rewrite, but sort of redirect the joke and then translate some of the jokes. So,
pero you say that because it was like a mostly white crowd or
white and black.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, white and black.
So si tú entabas el pocho lingo o latino lingo, como they were gonna no iban a agarrar el punchline.
Sí, no iban a agarrar the punchline.
Órale. So that kind of throws you off a little bit.
Sí, somewhat, bro.
Simón. No,
pero
pues
not throws me off. It's actually challenging, man. Me gusta que.
Put us crickets, no, after the joke.
If it's like un punchline que it's the punchline is in Spanish. You can't do that. And a lot of times I heard this story. Un camarada mío, man, he was doing a show in California, and it was raza crowd, puro raza. And there was a comedian. She's Mexican. Y el vato le dijo, el vato también es Mexican. El vato es de San Antonio. Le dijo, hey, this is our crowd, And she's like, I can do any crowd. And like, yeah,
picuda?
Sí, picuda. Que she thought she was telling him, oh, you can only work Latino, right? Which he was not trying to say that. He was trying to say que se van a marranear, bro. And I love just performing for all Latinos, bro, because it's the comedy comes easier because I can talk to them like it's we're at a backyard we're aquí nomás a little sticky icky and la barbecue, and it just
They can
comes
relate to everything.
it can relate to everything, bro, and it comes naturally. So I love Latino crowds. Like I don't. She's like, I was like, dude, I would love to have always Latino crowds, but we can't, bro. So we gotta challenge ourselves and go out to markets that we haven't done. And
Está bien cabrón. Está bien cabrón lo que ustedes hacen, because you're going on a stage by yourself, carnal. Nomás it's you and the mic. Y no sabes cómo va a estar el crowd. A veces, if they're hostile, o si there's, ¿cómo le llaman cuando están cagando el palo? That they're
Cagaleros.
hecklers.
Pues tuve una señora en ese show de Santa Paula, bro. No se callaba los hocico, bro. And I did a night, like I would shut her up.
Yeah. That's an art in itself. There's some comedians that are real good about that. They're good with that. O sea, que they don't no se ponen mamones, pero al mismo tiempo they make the crowd laugh y le caen el hocico a la persona. Me as a musician, I'm a drummer, carnal. Yo me subo y pues I know my routine. Ya sé, when it comes to improvising, bueno, pues, if I fuck up, most of the people are not going to find out. Pero as a comedian, you imagine, the fucking camera, all the eyes are on you, carnal.
Yeah.
So, you have to know what you're doing up there. Y pues I admire what you guys do, man.
Yo digo que we're athletes, bro. Because it's como NASCAR, que you gotta anticipate all this. También in comedy, bro, like my mind's like already 3 jokes ahead, and if something interrupts that flow, at the same time I start letting the crowd dictate the where my set's gonna go, something.
So it's kind of like I don't know if you remember when in elementary que nos daban esos books where you get to a point where they say, you want to open the door?
I used to love those
There's
books,
like
bro.
3 options of where to go.
Like
as a comedian, you set up your jokes that way.
Sí, absolutely,
So you
bro.
can have different options. Órale. So it's like playing chess, pero con la chompa. Órale, carnal. No, pues está bien chingón todo eso, carnal. Pero I want to start in the beginning, bro.
Yeah.
¿Dónde empieza la story de Mario Salazar? Where are you from, bro?
I'm from Southside McAllen, La Balboa, Idela. La Balboa, Idela. Grew up there. My mom still lives there in the hood. Go visit her. I'm going to go after the show. I have a show tonight, and then I'm going to pick her up, go hang out with her. She's going to spend the night at my house.
Qué bueno.
Yeah.
Un saludito para tu jefita, carnal.
Para mi mom. Love you, mom. I was there till I was 18. Graduated high school. I wanted to go to college for to be a news broadcast or sports anchor, and that's why I do the commentary now.
Yeah,
that makes me feel good when people tell. He's like, man, you should commentate on Cowboy games or Charger games, or you should commentate a UFC fight. Yeah. Those videos que hago. So I always loved. I used to watch religiously Sports Center and the CNN Sports at 10 o'clock, all those highlights, and I used to be, man, I would love to do that, bro. Yeah. But I took student broadcasting as a senior in high school, and I liked it, and I was good at it, and that was kind of where I wanted to maybe go. And there's a Marine recruiter. He's like, hey, what are you doing after high school? And I went, probably college, but I didn't even know how I was gonna pay for it, Mom being from the hood, I wasn't the dumbest kid. I wasn't the smartest kid. I graduated with honors, but it wasn't like super high. I was like, 78, 79. But there were honors classes, AP.
Just the fact that you were taking those classes says a lot.
Yeah. And so
yo era puro pinche remedio y puro y detention.
Summer school.
Y también era cagalerío en la escuela, dude, también. No,
es lo que te quería preguntar.
Clown.
Es lo que te iba a preguntar, carnal. O sea, when you think comedian, obviously as successful as you have been, me, I think, no, pues este vato de seguro en high school era el vato que hacía reír a todos, pero that's not necessarily the case for everybody,
true,
right?
Yeah.
A veces, son vatos que eran bien tranquilos and they just tried comedy and they found out that they were good at it. Was that your case? Like, how did that? O siempre viste cagalero de chaval?
Siempre, I've always been
outspoken.
Class clown. I always kind of would think outside the box. Would ask a lot of questions and
did that get you in trouble sometimes?
Yeah, it would get me in trouble, but it would also kind of the teachers would tell my mom that he's different. He doesn't really follow the norm, but but at the same time he's following his own path, sort of deal. And I remember in my 4th grade teacher was like his writing is like something I've never it's so imaginative, like the stuff he's writing about. Like he would tell my mom, I used to love writing, I used to love reading, I still love reading. And so, but I would always be, you know, también class clownish, skip, you know, doing, you know, dumb things do as
Like any teenager, man.
As a teenager, yeah. Gorro, Reynosa,
Oh, huevo.
Al Zumbidos. And
Calypso, Frida.
Lipstick.
Lipstick.
Shout out. Rest in peace, Lipstick.
Ala, man.
And see, yeah, man. And so when I was in the Marine Corps, I wasn't the greatest Marine, but I had a lot of camaraderie, and I know a lot of my Marine brothers would die for me, and I, as well as me, would die for them, because I was, you know, just like the little brother, que era, you know, travieso, but you couldn't help but love him. And I would show up, I would go party in Tijuana till 3 a.m, and then make it back to base with a 1 hour of sleep and run 8 miles. Con todo el pisto, just
Se ponían pedos todos contigo.
Everybody, and like doing ecstasy and hanging out with Rey Mysterio and Conan. It was cool, man.
What year was this, man?
This
80s?
was oh man, I'm not that old.
Ya
You
te
say
mandé
that,
la
yeah.
verga, ¿no? Chinga, sorry, carnal. Ya la
I cut my
cagué.
hair for a reason.
¿Qué?
It was 1998 to 2002. So,
No, pues andamos igual, carnal. Yo tengo 45.
sí, I'm gonna be 45, si Dios quiere, in November 6th. Is, a few weeks from now.
Que
man.
por cierto,
Scorpio season.
Que por cierto, you're going to celebrate it with a show aquí.
I'm gonna celebrate with a show in Harlingen. And the whole week is I'm gonna do shows because it's también coincides with Veterans Week. Que, you know, veterans, Marine Corps birthday, Veterans Day. So el 7th in el island, and then on the 9th acá en McAllen, Cine El Rey. Which, if you're a veteran and watching this, man, I'm gonna give some tickets aquí para el homie, para Alex. You know, he'll come pick them up from him.
Claro que sí. Hell yeah.
And ahí, the show is, the tickets, you know, you can get them online at superstarcomedy.net. Or if you're a veteran, just message me. Alex will have some tickets for you. I will, you know, forward you some tickets or give you hard tickets. We can meet up. I'll thank you for your service. I'll buy you a meal, man, and give you some tickets so you can laugh, bro.
Claro
I
que
know
sí.
the country has stepped up in honoring our veterans, bro, but I believe we can still do a lot, you know, more. So, you know, I try to talk to veterans, try to give them money. I was, you know, like I said, not the best Marine, but as a veteran, you know, I try to do my part and, you know, help our brothers and sisters.
Yeah. And it's, I mean, I'm glad you're bringing that up because that's exactly how I met you a couple of weeks ago.
Absolutely.
I mean, of course, I've always known of you through, you know,
Social
TikTok
media.
and all the stuff you put online. Pero a couple of weeks ago, we had the honor of working with Domingo Elias Tercero for his video production.
You guys are super talented.
Que se va a hacer un video bien chingón.
Sí.
De hecho, he's honoring, you know,
fallen soldier.
A fallen soldier, you know. As you all know, Domingo, who was here in the podcast as well.
Oh, that's cool.
He was here. Yeah, he was here a couple of months ago. He shared his story y todo, which I think it's very honorable of him, bro, what he's doing, porque, like you said, you know, he's trying to reach out not only to, you know, to control his demons, but also to tirar esquina a los vatos. You know, to all the veterans that are maybe going through the same thing, you know, and that's what all that's about. So, I mean, I was honored to have him invite me not only to the video, pero también participé en la música. I did his drum tracks for that song. So, you know, obviously I was never in the service or anything like that, but I've always had a lot of respect for you guys, man. So I want to say publicly, thank you for your service,
Absolutely,
Mario.
brother.
Muchas gracias y a todos los veteranos, a todas las personas que no regresaron también, hombre.
Man.
Esperen muy pronto la música de Domingo Elias Tercero, man. Check out that video. It's going to be a tribute to all the fallen soldiers of this country. Muchas gracias. Pero sí, getting back to your show, man, como dices tú, va a ser una a good excuse to go out there, have a good time, reírse un rato. I know you're always very active, man. Ahorita acabas de llegar you were on tour, ¿verdad? This past weekend?
I mean, not necessarily. It wasn't like a long stay. Well, see, I mean, actually, yeah. I went to California, came back, went to California again, and then came home for 2 days, and me arranqué para Virginia, Norfolk, Portsmouth. It's spelled Portsmouth. My Mexican ass kept saying Portsmouth, and the people were there. It's Portsmouth.
Portsmouth.
I went to Portsmouth. Which is funny, bro. Siempre I have a thing. Remember I said that sometimes like I wrestling does my comedy influences my comedy a lot. There's a wrestling heel tactic. Heel is a rudo, bad guy.
Yeah.
That you mispronounce the town's name. just
okay.
to
Nos pararles en la madre.
yeah, just to get under their skin, bro. And I did a show in Gilroy, California, and I was like, man, thank you for having me here in Gilroy. Man, Gilroy party's hard, bro. And after like the fifth one, they're like, yeah. They started laughing like,
Is he serious?
Yeah, he's like, what? It's Gilroy. Está bueno Gilroy. And then, Salinas, California. The next night, I kept saying Selenas because just messing around. And then Santa Paula, I kept saying Santa Laura. So yeah, but I kept saying. So yeah, it was fun, man. No raza in the crowd, bros. But we did our thing.
Simon.
Yeah,
that's a good experience, man. To get out of your comfort zone, do something different.
So you grow, man. And if you ain't growing, you ain't living.
Yeah. Ahorita que right now that you're mentioning,
not on the sides though.
Yeah, payábamos todos chinga. Ahorita when you were mentioning that, bro, about pissing off the crowd, se me viene a la mente that movie. La que hizo este cabrón Jim Carrey, donde he does like a que he goes and he fights a wrestler.
Sí,
Andy Warhol.
No.
No, ya la cagué. Ese es el artist.
Sí.
Es Andy, ¿no?
Andy Kaufman.
Andy Kaufman. Fuck.
The originator of blurring the line between.
Estaba bien cabrón ese vato.
He was a trip, bro. Man. I couldn't stay in character like that. I just purposely tried to be a dick. Yeah. And, my mind is just playful banter. Hey, Gay Roy, but this dude would like do some crazy antics. See, and I don't think I've ever actually saw his stand, but it wasn't really like stand up. It was just him. Yeah. Acting like Andy Kaufman. People would be like, after a while, start laughing.
Oye, carnal, pues we could be here all night, man, talking about the legends, the guys that said that, they set the standard for stand-up comedy. Mm-hmm. How did you actually get into it? O sea, porque one thing's to be funny, one thing is to have people to tell you, hey, wait, you should be a comedian. Pero how do you actually decir chinga su madre, no más subir un mic, do you come up, do like a set list like for your first time, or you just got up there?
I used to write. At first, I used to write down everything verbatim, and I used to like follow completely my jokes. And then I went from that to just writing out topics. I would put
like bullet
points. Yeah, absolutely. And then from there, I remember the day I told myself, I'm not gonna do that no more. And
did you feel that it got more natural for you when you started?
It got more natural, and it's my style. It only compares to Raymond Horta, because I guess from here, but we're both very, very different from other Latino comedians or comedians in general, as the way our presentation. It's you never you like the punchline, but there's so many little punchlines before that punchline, and it's. And the Spanglish we throw in there, and just we don't follow a traditional stand up the way, because we didn't come up through the big cities. You gotta sign up at an open mic and do that for God knows how many years, and then move up to host, and then be lucky that a headliner that comes in town wants to take you on the road, and then you're doing feature work for how many years, and then you get bumped to headliner after we followed our own paths. We started the scene. And every show was a big event.
Porque it was something very new for the Valley. There was no comedy scene.
There was no comedy, and Raymond, he was doing stuff at the Villarreal, and then Cine El Rey started doing Wednesday night comedy, and then I the owner always tells a story where when back in my drinking days, I messaged him, you guys never give a chance to locals. And he's like, yeah, man, just nobody has come to say. And so they gave me a shot to be their weekly host. And I was networking and meeting all this comic. And I go back, bro, and because I would always make the show about me, bro. And I was the host. And instead of studying these legends, bro, I would do my 15 minutes up front, and which was just pura filth. But the jokes, I remember one of my jokes were like, they say every kiss starts, every kiss begins with K. No, every kiss begins with yay.
La madre.
Cocaine, because bitches love cocaine. Shit like, stuff like that, bro. Like, bien lowbrow, bien.
Yeah. Que es algo que aquí en el Valle, I mean...
Yeah, they won't get a huge laugh.
Yeah, no,
but-
y chingo de gente se va a identificar. Oh,
Sí,
Simón, like mi
yeah,
tía o mi
yeah.
primo, la chingada. You know, whereas if you go, like we were talking before, if you go to a more conservative area,
Yeah.
pues sí, como que, chingada, like, vas a sacar de onda, pero it's very easy to relate to something like that aquí en el Valle.
Yeah. See, and yeah, so I would, these legends would like, not legends, but some of them were, but, you know, just comics that were in the circuit and, you know, coming through town. They were doing Laredo and then come to McAllen and they would go to, and instead of me studying and watching, I was outside trying to get pase, trying to get chicks, just being the life of the party. Everybody's like, Pinche Mario's doing comedy. He was on stage, you know, sort of deal. And yeah, I wish I could go back and just be more professional, study them more, talk to them more, you know. So I try to do that now. Now I don't drink, you know, so I try to give advice to, you know, a lot of young comics. And a lot of them, they never listen, but I try.
Pues es
But,
como dicen, you
but-
can take the horse to the river, pero
Sí.
if he doesn't want to drink water, no lo va a hacer tomar.
Este capítulo está traído a ti en parte por Mr. Segovia Master Barber. Si tú buscas la mejor atención, el mejor servicio y el mejor ambiente para tu corte de pelo, no busques más. Mr. Segovia Master Barber, ubicado en la ciudad de Alton, Texas, te brindará el mejor servicio y tiene toda la experiencia, herramientas y conocimiento para cualquier tipo de corte que andes buscando, incluyendo servicio completo de faciales, barba y servicio de SMP. Agenda tu cita el día de hoy llamando al 956-780-0926 o usando la aplicación Booksy con mrsegovia.booksy.com. Date a ti mismo la experiencia del mejor corte de pelo con Mr. Segovia Master Barber.
Oye, carnal, ¿y quién fueron tus influences de comedy? Como you were mentioning hace rato que you weren't necessarily into Latino comedians. Like, ¿quién es alguien que tú watchabas y decías, man, ese vato es otro pedo?
Check in the box, can I help you? Not George Lopez.
For sure,
I'm
George
funnier than
Lopez.
him, bro.
Fuck that puto.
FTP, Dave Chappelle. But I mean, going back to when I was a kid, me encantaba Sam Kinison, man. And I used to, I was just so enthralled, man, by how he was more than a comedian, bro. He was a rock star. Porque I remember que salió en el Bon Jovi video, el de Bad Medicine.
Oh, Simón.
So I was like, he does comedy and he's with Bon Jovi. I thought he was amazing, bro.
Yeah.
Andrew Dice
Pues,
Clay también.
El vato hacía show a veces con una live band, ¿no?
Yeah,
Before
yeah.
his show, hacían
Yeah.
como un little set de
And-
música.
And he even had like a rock music video. He like the song Wild Thing.
Yeah.
He covered it, and it was playing a lot in MTV. I used to watch MTV religiously as a kid, man. MTV and stand up and wrestling. So what I would watch as a kid.
Puro desmadre.
See, bro, and Andrew Dice Clay, and then in my teenage years, I went to Def Comedy Jam, man, and Chris Rock. I remember Bernie Mac, man. Bernie Mac is probably my top favorite comedian of all time. Bernie Mac, Chris Tucker.
Bernie Mac es el que tiene el joke de que he's babysitting his
Sí,
nephews.
yeah,
y la chingada.
yeah.
You want some
The
milk and
American
cookies?
The American cake.
Che, güey.
Just as, man.
Está bien cabrón
I'm
ese
Big
vato.
Bone.
Che, güey. Pero, I mean, those were some of the pioneers, you know,
Sí,
stand-up comedy.
Yeah.
Que
Chris Tucker.
Que rompieron, you know.
Chris Rock, his special "Bring the Pain" on HBO was just as good, bro. And then Dave Chappelle, and then it kind of stops, bro, because this whole pride that and I know it's a sin, and I'm sorry, but I think to be a successful comedian, you gotta have you gotta want to be the best of all time. And people might laugh at this, bro, and maybe because I haven't completely like made it. You know, some people say like, pues you're not on TV all the time, and pues you haven't you know filmed a special on Netflix yet and stuff. But I think I'm the fucking funniest person in the world, bro. And I think every comedian should think themselves as that, bro. And so when I became an actual professional comedian, now I don't see people necessarily as a competition, but you know, I can't enjoy the art as much because I'm just my mind like if I'm at a show and I'm not performing, I get really antsy because I'm like, man, I could fucking be crushing it right now, bro. If they would have just, sort of mentality, if they would just let me on that stage, I would completely crush it. I have this thing where I have if I don't get a standing ovation, I consider the show a flop. And even if I got a standing ovation and I messed up one thing, I'm like, or I remember I worked with Willie Barcena, and I did 2 shows with him in California just recently, and I was so pissed off at myself because I did 15 minutes the first show, and then there were some guest comics that came by, so I did 8 minutes the second show. So maybe 5 of those minutes were like old material, and I wanted to do a completely different set. And I had like 8 minutes that were all the same. And I was so pissed off at myself, like, chingao, bro. Like, man,
But that's the standard you hold yourself up to.
Yeah, it's a standard.
Yo me acuerdo que I saw once on a documentary, they were talking about George Carlin, que ese cabrón cada año hacía new material. Like every year, he would throw away his old show y uno nuevo. And I mean, yo me cago, no mames, o sea, the level that he does, that he used to do his,
the level of discipline to have that, bro.
Yeah. How is your creative process? Is it something that you're working off throughout the year, and then you put it all together?
It starts like this. I come up with a concept, and then I talk about it when I'm driving. Which I mean, I'm not completely spaced out. I'm still doing it, but or when I'm in the shower. Like right now, I'm I'm gonna try it, and then I try it on like a smaller show, which I mean every show should you should be so thankful for the stage, but we know when it's a theater show compared to a bar show. So this I'm about to do like a smaller show here on a Wednesday night, and I've been thinking about a concept how I'm such a better person now because I used to have a fantasy about my last meal on death row.
A la madre.
Like I used to, like man, I would get those enchiladas from school with the crackers on top. Un hot dog from El Zumbido, bacon wrap hot dog after
Pinches runs con madre.
And they have to be from la zona roja, bro.
Puro veneno.
And then but now I don't do that I don't think about that, but because I think about the poor jailer that would have to clean up all the todo el desmadre que sale after I get the sale pinche corn dog.
Todo el desmadre.
Sale toda la cuacha, bro. So yeah, I'm kind of working on that. So I'm gonna try that joke tonight, and I record it. Yeah. And from there, I add what we call tags, where we add like a little sort of jab of a punchline, to it, and then from there, I structure it after listening to it. I structure it, and then I tell it again. I listen to it again. I tell it again, and then when I finally, okay, I can keep this as as a sure joke that I know will get always a laugh. So that's how my creative process is now.
Orale.
See, yeah.
And speaking of process, you have a big show coming up también, ¿verdad? Where it's kind of like
first started, and like I said, we didn't follow a traditional trend. My home club was a theater, a historic theater, which is Cine El Rey, a 400 seat theater that we would pack out every Wednesday when it was the inception of it, man. And so that's where it all started, and they're bringing me back for a big show.
Is it gonna be
November
taped?
9th. No, not taped. I'm gonna tape it myself just for maybe clips and stuff. But it's a veteran show, so it's gonna be a lot of my military humor. I have a lot of jokes about being in the Marine Corps. Marine, he looks like a submarine. Semper Fi, more like Semper Fideo. Stuff like that. And so yeah, it's and then it's free tickets to all veterans. So if you watch this, you're a veteran, just comment. We'll hook you up. So we're expecting a sold out crowd, and yeah, man, I can't wait. It's gonna be spectacular because for the veterans.
Hell yeah, no, yo sé que sí. I know you have a lot, especially here in the Valley. You have a lot of followers, man. Chingo raza que they're always.
Hey, man, pues I lost my Instagram page, bro.
Oye, sí, kana, you were talking about that, man.
I'm so bummed out, and I have like a fresh canvas, to.
It's because we live in times where, I mean, pinche ¿cómo le llaman? La era de where everything's about glass, man. Everybody breaks so easily, man, with the things. I mean, you gotta watch what you say, what you post. Even me with videos. I mean, I don't normally. I mean, I'll cuss here and there, pero normally lo que es Facebook, Instagram, I have to blur out the bad words.
YouTube también.
Porque
YouTube
te lo desmonetizo. Pues I'm not really making money right now, pero te lo tumba Facebook.
Sí.
Luego te manda un message, hey, your video contains blah, 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 y la chingada. Yo como, no mames. But then again, there's la ruca enseñando la pinche thong y todo, sacando, y eso no hay pedo.
Pues no, güey.
It's like a double-edged sword for me, bro, because what got me, it was my most popular format. I had 158,000 followers. And what got me to those numbers were my fight videos, and they were pretty. Some of them were pretty intense, bro. Some of them were like getting stomped, like chicks stomping the back of the head of, and I would make fun of it.
Y tú haciendo un voiceover,
like, not even just doing commentary, but of course the stuff I say, like le pongo crema a los tacos, and I throw punchlines in there, and so those videos would go crazy viral. But at the same time, it's what got it taken down, you know. So
pues por la violence, I think it's more,
the
not,
violence,
it's not necessarily
inciting a riot, y que cinco de mamadas me decían que bullying, harassing, violent. Hombre,
Pinches mamadas.
and man, dude, I went through the appeal process. My felons should know what that's about. And but no, they looked at my profile again, and they said no, it's completely forever permanently banned. So I made a new one, and if you guys please follow me at Mario Superstar Salazar all together. And ahorita, man, I'm barely at 1,700 followers, and so it's gonna be a hard climb back, but we'll get to it.
It's not impossible, man.
No, absolutely not, bro. Nah, because every people already know the voice. Like a lot of the videos that went viral, they know the voice, and I'm already making new videos. One of them already went viral. ¿Conoce al Gerber Morales?
Sí, cómo no.
El video que se parece al vato que se está pareciendo.
Oh, Simón.
That one went viral, man. It's already at 1 million views, so it's already going up there.
Que le están metiendo una madrid, está like el vato.
He's holding up for a while, bro.
Y
and
luego
I'm
al último
like,
le empiezan a bañar.
Sí, bro, lo tumban y his sleep apnea.
Están en la construction, ¿no? Están jalando construction.
Albañiles, bro.
Yeah.
Albañiles wars.
Chinga su, man.
Yeah, bro. The sleep apnea settings are going to be high tonight.
Check him out, raza. Check him out.
Sí,
Nomás búsquenlo ahí. You're on TikTok también, ¿verdad?
TikTok también, Mario Superstar Salazar. Facebook and Twitter at Superstar Comedy. Twitter X, man, it's a cesspool in there. That's where I get all my fight videos from, bro. It's a wasteland in there, but that's where I get some of my most loyal fans, bro, from the Twitter, because I post differently on Twitter than I would post on Facebook, porque Twitter is a free for all, bro. Es todo un pinche desmadre.
No te la hacen de pedo.
Yeah, man, it's crazy. When I'm going through this un little weight loss journey también, bro, and right now I posted some clips of me in the gym with a real basic bitch inspirational quote. You can't expect front row results with nosebleed efforts. Something and then because it's so much, one of my videos had just gone viral, and there was a lot of spam. So like the first comment was just a big old fat chick showing off her butthole, bro. And come see me on my OnlyFans. I was like, what is this, bro? I'm trying to. Well, Twitter's a crazy, bro.
Sí,
but that's where I
I
get some of my most loyal followers, bro.
Yo, there's this guy that I follow on TikTok. Ese güey hace puros commentaries. Y ese güey también, he doesn't post his videos on TikTok, pero te manda para la ex. He said, he talks about it, he describes the video. He has a very unique way of doing it, que te picas, like, oh shit, I want to see that shit. He said, nomás vete a mi canal, and he sends everybody to
That's his Twitter.
Yeah,
because it's a free for all.
Yeah, es donde watches todo el jale.
That's smart, bro.
Sí, pero that's how he. That's how
su profile.
Simón, es del Paso el vato.
Órale, man.
Rubén, creo que se llama el güey. Ruben, I forget his last name. Sí. Pero el vato es puro commentary. O sea, el vato nomás se pone prende el phone y se pone enfrente de él y te dice, vato, ya guachaste esta ruca y que hizo este jale y la chinga. O sea, you don't see images. It's just him describing the video.
Thanks a lot. Man,
pero sí, ahí lo te mando el link para que lo watches.
So check him out. Maybe you can collaborate with him. I have a huge fan base in El Paso, and I'm gonna headline the El Paso Comic Strip November 21st through the 24th. So I might hit him up, bro.
Hell yeah.
Que se venga. You know?
Sí, el vato trae followers.
Yeah,
sí,
bro,
la
that'd be cool.
anda robando machín.
Sí.
Oye, Mario, ahorita hace rato, when we were talking about de los veterans y todo ese jale, how you make an effort to reach out, to anybody who's going through hard times. Ayer watché un post que compartiste. You reposted it from a few years back, where you're talking about, if anybody's going through alcoholism, que son alcohólicos, that they're having issues with withdrawals or just stop drinking, stopping. It's very hard for people.
Absolutely, bro. Yeah.
I don't want to get too dark with, con la perica y todo, pero I know that that's something that's really important for you, bro. I know that you made a big change in your life a few years back, and it made a real positive impact for you.
Absolutely, man. It's changed my life for the best.
Yeah. Do you feel that being a comedian, being in the scene, of course, pues es un desmadre, carnal.
Oh, sí.
Tú sabes que lo que es comedians y músicos, I mean, hay de todo, carnal. Hay puro mugrero.
Sí.
I mean, the temptations out there. Drugs, women, todo lo que te puedas imaginar. How do you manage that, bro? I mean, being, rehabilitated the way you are, staying clean for so long.
I think because a lot of times the party, what you talk about on stage dictates how the party's gonna be afterwards. Like for me, I would talk about, man, I drink all the time. I drink vodka, rum, Drano, stupid ass jokes like that. People would be like, man, dude, I want to party with this dude. I'll talk about, pase and all this stuff. Yeah. And now I talk about my sobriety or like, that I don't do that no more. Yeah. So people don't, they tend not to, and like I still do. I still get invited to the after party, but not as much, just because. And then también the same thing, I'm engaged, so I talk a lot about my engagement story.
So you would say that your comedy is consistent with your actual life.
Yeah,
with
life. It's
you're keeping it consistent. Oye, carnal, getting clean. Do you feel that kind of took away from your persona as a comedian? Porque I think like como un rock star, everybody wants to see the rock star, pues living the rock star life. Do you feel that, being a comedian, and especially in the type of humor that you do, el tipo de humor, eres cagapalo,
sí.
Y está con madre, pero to differentiate that from the actual character to your actual life, you know, do you feel that affected your show in any way?
No, I still, I'm still like wild on stage, or not wild, but like I said, very physical on stage, and I had, I even joke about it. Hey, when I had my long hair, like I know I look like a rock star, sort of, but I don't do hard drugs, I don't really think it. And then I'm Cali sober, so which means I partake in the cannabis. So I mean, people chill with me that way, and I guess I transitioned from being a drunk comic to a stoner comic, and so it's a lot of my fan bases, raza como yo, the potheads, to just like to chill and
Pero I always say that alcohol has killed millions, bro. Accidents, overdoses.
Man,
how many people has pot killed?
Yeah, absolutely.
I mean, it's one of those things where I think in the 80s, especially in the 80s and the 90s, they drilled it into our heads. It's a drug.
La Nancy Reagan.
Sí, güey. Just say no.
Sí.
It's weed is lo más. I mean, and it sounds like a cliche to say this, pero weed is, it's a natural thing. Es algo natural que, it I think it actually helps a lot of people, deal with anxiety. I know a lot of veterans que they have PTSD, todo ese jale. And doing weed or cannabis or any type of in any form that it comes, les ayuda un chingo.
Yeah.
So
bro.
I mean, I think Texas, we're kind of catching up with that, pero
THCA.
Sí, está bien cabrón.
Sí,
I'm not a smoker myself, to be honest with you. No, o sea,
be a lot cooler if you did. No, because I know.
No, por lo que pasa es que me and weed don't get along, vato.
Sí.
No, yo me pongo bien paranoid y la chingada.
Well, you gotta start like un little Reggie here and there.
Sí, es lo que I think that's what happened when I tried it. Me dieron no sé qué chingados de lo que fumaba Snoop Dogg, yo creo.
De ese Rodin Keef y Wax y todo.
Güey, empecé a ver Dragons y la chingada y salieron los mushrooms de Mario Brothers y la chingada. Pero bueno, that's another subject, carnal. Pero no, I mean, I'm getting back to, you know, to how you use that now to help other people that are going through. I mean, I really admire that, bro. Porque I know for sure there's a lot of people. I mean, I think in a way we all have our little addictions, bro.
Yeah, and
We
even
all have
the stage in itself is an
Food,
addiction,
bro.
Food.
Food is the
Sí.
worst addiction.
Stress eating de madre, bro.
Yeah. De madre,
Pero eso no lo van a quitar del market.
No, pues olvídate.
No, especially America, bro. Like, man, there's so much crap in our food, bro. It's ridiculous, bro.
¿Qué onda con el Valle? Number 1 in obesity.
Sí, man.
McAllen. ¿Qué onda con ese jale, bro?
That's because there's
crazy.
We need to walk more to places, bro. That's I think it is. I don't
El
know.
problema son los car washes, carnal.
Ya todos automatic.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Abren un
Yeah,
restaurante
there you go,
y abren
bro.
un car wash right next to it.
Yeah.
Ya nadie lava su carrito, nadie hace nada, puro tragadera.
The lawnmowers, bro, are too chill now, bro. Estás comiéndote un fajita platter while you're cutting the yard.
No, está cabrón. No, hay que cuidarse, raza.
Sí, man, yo también. Ahí estoy, yeah. I cut off sugar. I'm not a big soda guy. I haven't drank sodas like in 5-6 years. Pero I sí in mi café, I would put chingos of sugar, and I took that out. I went to the VA, bro, and it was funny, man, because when my lab work, y me dijeron que no diabetes, no cholesterol, blood pressure 120/78. El nurse no me creía, bro. He's like, hey, you know you don't gotta cheat on these, bro, right? So me mandó con el doctor, bro, and el doctor me dijo, like, we have some horrible news. A la madre, bro. I started thinking the worst, bro. Tengo jaundice de la cola, or mesothelioma de la tripa gorda, bro. Something bad, bro. You know what this lady told me, bro? She went, Mr. Salazar, unfortunately, you don't qualify for weight loss surgery. And I was like, I never asked for weight loss surgery. I don't need a scooter to grocery shop, bro. Sí, man. So yeah, I'm healthy, pero not healthy. You know what I mean? Like, I mean, gracias a Dios que, you know, todo bien at 44 years old, pero yeah, sí, yo sé que sí estoy sobrepeso, and it's something that I need to step up on, like, just like my drinking, you know, and it's a motherfucker, because I lost chingos of weight before. I was at my heaviest, I was at 387. I got down all the way down to 278. In the pandemic, I went back to 340, and right now I'm at 318. So yeah, man, my goal is by the end of the year be at under 300. So that's pretty attainable goal, and de ahí just, you know, and now I have a great support system now, bro. It was always start and stop, man. But now it's like a lifestyle change, porque no, I don't on the road. Yeah, no me chiflo when I'm on the road, man. Just, you know.
They say that the people you're surrounded with, that says that it makes a big difference, you know.
Sí.
I don't know if you're married or if you have a girlfriend. Or
Sí, sí, pues.
Both.
Yeah.
Both.
No.
Sancha y todo.
No, hombre, ahorita me va a hablar. She's
Chinga.
No,
pero,
yeah, just my wife or my fiance.
Pero the way she supports you and the way she keeps you, you know, y desgraciadamente aquí en el Valle, la raza, you know, especially with us men, somos bien machistas, carnal.
Oh, absolutely.
No, mi pinche vieja no me va a andar diciendo qué hacer.
Yeah.
Pero sometimes that's what we need, carnal.
Sí, absolutely.
A real woman.
Puro pedo, nomás lo dijo para que salga ahí en el podcast.
I love you, babe.
I love you too, babe.
Más mandilón que el...
No, yo soy un mandilón de madre, bro. I admit it,
Pues
but that's what I needed, man.
Sometimes you gotta be, bro.
Because, I mean, I was
Ya ves, ya salió.
selfish and irresponsible,
Yeah.
you know. And, you know, with her, like, she makes me see, you know, you're it's, you know, it's us. It's, you know, it's not you. It's, you know, us. It's, you know, so she's my biggest supporter,
Qué bueno.
my biggest coach, and my biggest, you know, motivator. And yeah, man, it's like I said, a lifestyle change.
Yeah.
And so I think I'm gonna kick its ass, bro. My sobrepeso. I think it's gonna be the next time I come back, bro. Lean, mean.
Ya bien.
Not as lean, not as mean, but still a fighting machine.
Qué huele. Bien cari la madre.
Uy, yeah,
No,
man.
Mario, pues I wish you the best, man.
Thank you, brother, man.
Carnal,
This was so much fun, man.
Man, I really want to say that we're really grateful, man, que te diste la vuelta aquí
Absolutely, man.
the city of Alton, the
Alton.
city on the grow. Nadie sabe dónde estamos. Todos les digo, estamos en Alton. Oh, chingas, está Alton.
Bien oscuro, ¿no? Ahorita que
Sí.
salgas no vas a ver nada.
Güey. Alright.
Vamos ahí con los chingos de teporochos y la madre.
What's up, Teporocho?
Los que andan ahí drinking,
Oh, okay.
que andan pidiendo feria. Dame por mofle.
Mofle de Tolly.
Sí, un saludo. No,
Saludos para
carnal.
los Teporochos.
Saludos.
Free
No,
tickets.
No, carnal. Free ticket, raza. Don't miss the show if you're in the area. November 9th, raza. Cáiganle ahí. Cine El Rey. Everybody knows where that's at, man. Downtown McAllen.
Simón.
Va a estar bien chingón el show. Are you the only comedian that's going to be there that night? ¿O va a ser un lineup? ¿Cómo
I
va a estar
have
el pedo?
some other military veterans.
Órale.
Bobby Smith from San Antonio, Just Greg from San Antonio. They're both military veterans, and they're on the show with me.
Va a estar bueno.
Great night, bro.
No, ya saben, raza, todos invitados.
Oye, pero no lo puedes despedir sin antes que nos haga acá reír bien mamalux, güey.
I thought I
Pues,
already
sí.
did that, bro. No.
Sí, nomás llegó el camarada, llegó tirando.
Oh, ¿qué onda? ¿Nomás lo viste y te reíste o qué?
Sí. No,
Es
¿qué
the new
pasó?
hair.
Es el new hair, carnal.
Un chistecito.
Oye,
algo,
pero
güey.
hablando de eso, carnal, bueno, I know, Jesse's right, man. Yo también, pues, how can you have a comedian y que no se tire un little joke? Pero, does that get annoying sometimes, carnal?
Yes.
Si andas en la calle, no.
Whoops.
If you're, no, o sea, que estés comiéndote unos tacos o algo, you know, you're having lunch with your wife, o que venga un cabrón y te suele, güey, say a joke, güey, make me laugh. Like, pues, no mames, güey.
But
I mean,
when somebody recognizes me, they never tell me, like, tell me a joke, because they just like, oh, ¿qué onda, man? Can I get a picture? Like, yeah, of course, man. I'm not George Lopez, bro. Of course I'll take a picture with you, bro. But when it's somebody that doesn't know me and then they find out I'm a comedian, you know, they're like, oh, well, tell me a joke. I'm like, man, I'm trying to get through TSA, bro.
Chinga.
Pero so, and then because my, you know, te estoy diciendo que my writing style is a lot of like story. It's more my personal life, and it's like a 10-15 minute bit or joke,
Like a monologue.
See,
per
so
se,
I
right?
don't really have like a quick punchline, but I have one that's kind of that I kind of tell people real quick, and it's not the funniest, but it's like it gets them off my back. I was like, I'm gonna tell you
That
a
was
joke.
funny by itself right there.
I'm gonna tell you a joke because I'm a good person and I'm a godly person. You know, I do everything good. I rescue dogs. I tip strippers very well. I go to church. The only thing I don't do is read the Bible because I don't like spoilers.
Sí.
Boom, 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 boom.
Ba-dum.
See, sorry, Lord, but yeah, man, God bless everybody. That's the joke I kind of tell people.
Hey, God has to have a sense of humor too, man.
See,
I mean,
absolutely, he made us.
He
yeah,
made the
man.
valley, bro.
Puros
Little
chistes.
956, bro.
Chinga. No, carnal, pues te agradezco un chingo que te hayas dado la
No,
vuelta,
thank you
Mario.
guys for having me.
It was a
This was a lot
pleasure
of fun,
to
man.
get to know you. Y vamos a
you,
dejar la
brother.
puerta abierta, carnal, for a
Sí.
part 2, man. Yo siempre le
Absolutely, bro.
digo,
Sí.
I always tell my guests, man, like, you feel free to come back anytime,
I
man.
would love to, man. Sí,
A
así
cotorrear con la raza.
I have an excuse to come visit my mom because ahorita pues I live in Rio
man.
Hondo, so the more I get to come see my mom, man, you know,
Es todo.
the better. So yeah, man. Like I said, man, I got that goal to get under 300 pounds. So yeah, once I am at 299, bro, I'll call you up and I'm like, hey, let's get a podcast going.
Ah,
Let's
huevo.
get another one, yeah, part 2.
No, pues yo también me avento el challenge de una vez, carnal.
Simón, bro, let's
a ver
get
cuánto baja, a ver quién baja más libras. Carnal, te deseo lo mejor, que sigas
Gracias,
teniendo
brother.
chingos de
Thank you,
éxito.
man. Igualmente, carnal,
We're gonna be,
igualmente.
vamos a estar pendientes ahí en el social media, you know, where you're
Yeah.
at y todo.
Sí,
Y
pues.
definitely November 9th, ahí estamos a caer,
Sí.
la raza del podcast, to do, you know, a few clips for the YouTube channel,
Simón,
para darle un poquito de exposure
Ah, huevo.
a tu trabajo.
Thank
Carnal,
you, brother.
God bless you, man.
God bless
Muchas
you, man.
gracias.
Thank you, man.
Take
Thank
it
you,
easy.
brother.
We'll see you next time.
A huevo.
A toda la
Huevo,
raza que vio
chavos.
este capítulo, les agradecemos. Van a seguirnos por ahí en redes sociales. Estamos a sus órdenes. Denos un like, un comentario y todo lo que quieran dejar ahí. Estamos a la orden, raza. Les deseo a todos una linda noche, un excelente día. Chao. Bye.
A los chambos.